Welcome. This is the Jerry White Show, show number 2 for the week. I got to get back just doing way more of these, and I'm excited. Today is going to be Etowah High School football spring breakdown, and a couple days ago we did the Etowah Blue Devils. Today we're going to do the West End Patriots. I'm so excited. I'm going to hang out for a few minutes, let some of you guys jump on. You guys just come on and enjoy a little afternoon coffee with me. What do you say? That's that goodness right there. Hey, thank you to our sponsors, Tree Man Tree Service, Jared Bogle, 256-393-0127, and our friends at Sam Boswell Honda of Gadsden. Man, they are the best in the business. Go check those guys out. They will hook you up. A lot of stuff going on right now with soccer. So pretty excited to see what goes on with there. Coosa is playing in round 2, first time ever in the history of the program. And so if I had to score up there, I don't even know what time. I think it starts at 7, something like that. Jeff and I will probably talk to you tomorrow. Check us out tomorrow with the Sheriff Jonathan Horton show. Special guest will be Tim Ramsey tomorrow. That show will be at 9 a.m. So going to be a lot of fun with the new show. Still have sponsorship opportunities if you want to get involved with that with Jeff and I, or of course, more than welcome to come on right here and have some fun sponsoring what I got going on here. It's going to be so much fun. Jump on in, get your thoughts, get your comments. I'll try to talk you through them. But again, I'm really just more giving information. If you guys want to jump on, I just love to say hi. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to help, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to be a sponsor, let me know that as well. I'm working on a few sponsorships I'm pretty excited about. Right now, let's talk a little bit West End Patriot football as they get ready for the spring. And when you look at the way that Alabama High School Athletic Association revamped everything, West End is going to be in a region that they got some dudes, right? They got some really, really good programs in this 2A Region 6. And let's talk about last season. And we have to bring up the coach first, Coach Matt Harris. This is his 3rd year at West End, 3-17 record. This would be his 6th year overall as a head coach. He was 3 years with Gaston. So they're in that region, so they know each other very, very well. We have he's actually Matt's the 15th head coach in the history of the program. He is 8-42 is his all-time record. But now let's look a little bit about this. You know what? Let's go back to 2020. Just like we did when we did the Etowah High School Blue Devils, we looked from 2020 on. Let's kind of look at that here. In 2020, they've always been in 2A, I think pretty much that Region 6, same as they are now. In 2020, they were 4-6. 21, they were 4-6. 22, really good year. They were 7-4. They lost in the first round of the playoffs to Aliceville, who I'm pretty sure went to the 3rd round that year. And it was really the coming out party for one of my favorite players that they've had in a long time, and that's Jackson Hamby. He was All-State at really good quarterback, but this particular year he was All-State at DB. And Josh Carroll was a junior linebacker. And this offense is really what set them apart as they averaged over 33 points a game for that season. So 2022 was a very, very good season for the Patriots of West End. Then in 23, they went 5-6, back-to-back playoff appearances, which is fantastic. But unfortunately for them, they ran into the soon-to-be state champion, the Fife Red Devils, in the first round. What can you say about that? They had a really good team, 5-6 record, but Fife was too much as Fife went on and won the state championship in 2A football that season. Then 2024 happened. They were 1-9 in 2024, had some turnover last year. In 2025, they were 2-8, also 2A Region 6, and they was a tough region, man. They were in the region with Southeastern. Jeff and I know a lot about this region because we covered Coosa, and Coosa won the state championship last year. So they had Southeastern, who made it to the 3rd round coming out of that region, and also Coosa Christian, who won the state championship against Lynette in 2A football. So the best player on that team, in my opinion, and this is not to hurt anyone's feelings, Fisher Patterson, to me, is just a dude. It's going to be a big loss, and we're going to talk a little bit about what they got coming back, who they lost, and some key newcomers for Coach Matt Harris's team. Again, you got feel free to say hello in the comments, like, comment, subscribe. It helps me more than you could possibly know. And I do want to talk about, now that we kind of got that wrapped up from what they look like since 2020, let's look at this new region they're in, including their non-region games. It's an 8-team region. So it's going to be Gaston, who was 1-9 last year. They played in 2A football. And Coach Randy Dupree is in his second year, so they're expecting a big bump. So that Gaston team, and we'll get to them down the road a little bit. We have high expectations for those guys. Also in this region, again, 2A Region 6, Ohatchee. This will be Blake Jennings' second year in leading that program. They were 3-7 last year. Excuse me, they were in 3A football last year. Good gracious. Just like on the Kapow show Jeff and I did today, my voice, we did the Mayor Joe Taylor show today without Mayor Joe Taylor. Still had a lot of fun. The voice is going in and out. So Blake Jennings, former defensive coordinator, he was at White Plains. Really good up-and-coming coach. So I think Ohatchee is going to be better. That's a tough region. Again, moved from 3A to 4A. I'm sorry, to 2A. They were 3A last year. They're in that 2A Region 6 this year. It's just something about playing at the Creek Bank. So let's see Ohatchee can make some noise in this region. Then it really gets tough as these next two teams I want to talk about. First of all, Piedmont. Piedmont was 13-1 last year. They were in 3. They made a run. Jonathan Miller's is in his 4th season at Piedmont since Steve Smith stepped away, and they made a run last year. They've lost some talent, but that Piedmont just seems to be reloading. So the High School Association did West End no favors by putting Piedmont in this region, other than it's not that far to travel. Another team that with unbelievably high expectations is going to be Pleasant Valley. They were 10-2 last year in 2A, and Coach Jonathan Nix in his 12th season, and he is doing a tremendous job. What's up, Brandon? Thank you so much. Can't wait to have you on the show, Brandon. You guys go check out Sports Nuts Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. There's no telling what those guys are going to be talking about, what guests they're going to have. I just know that every time I show up on that show, Matt does not. So that's a whole different show. We'll talk about that. Love what those guys do. Scott Coley, my guy. Appreciate you, man. Can't tell you, man, how much that you mean to me. Jeff and I love you, Scott. You're one of those guys that we appreciate being around for sure. I mean, old school Etowah. That's what we're talking about. So I digress. Let me get back to Pleasant Valley, 10-2 last year. Jonathan Nix got that team rolling, and Braxton Salster, he's their all-everything player. He just committed to Virginia Tech. And you're seeing a lot of good players commit to that Virginia Tech team. And you think about, hey, potential spam. Thanks for calling. And you look at that, and that's because they have a whole new coaching staff. The old Penn State coaching staff, James Franklin, is now at Virginia Tech. So if you're wondering, hey, why is VT getting some of these stud players, is because he's bringing what he had at Penn State, a great coaching, great program, and he is building something special. This will be his first year there, and you're going to see vast improvements in VT. And Pleasant Valley has a Virginia Tech commit in Braxton Salster. Now moving on down the road, Sachs. Sachs was 1-9 last year in 3A football. Mike Easley be his first season this year with Sachs, and he spent the last 7 seasons, I think, in Munford. So very experienced coach. They have talent. We talked to a couple of different, including Coach Steve Smith from Westbrook. He and I had a conversation last year, and they have some talent on this Sachs team. So I suspect they're going to have a better than 1-9 record for sure. Let's look at Vincent. Vincent was 9-3 last year. They made a nice little run in 2A football. Lucas Weatherfield be his 9th season leading that program, and I expect so much more from that Vincent team. You look at Walter Welborn. They were 3A last year, 5-5. Jeff Smith, man, 30 years of coaching high school football. This is his 18th year here at Walter Welborn. Again, that's one of those teams that don't beat themselves. They're fundamentally sound. They're going to match up. When you talk about in-depth coaching and you want to look at, I think this concept's going to work. Here's where I want to attack. Walter Welborn and Coach Jeff Smith is very, very tough to beat. So look for them, again, 30 years as a head coach. That's pretty spectacular. And we talked about West End. Coach Matt Harris, he's got something he's very excited about. He has a great offseason program started here in the spring. And so let's talk just a little bit about what they've lost in Jackson Hamby. Incredible football player. They also lose Connor Walker and Fisher Patterson. Both those guys are all-state players. They do have a nice bunch returning, which is always good to have some senior leadership. Pardon me. They're returning Cody Campbell, tight end, outside linebacker, Brooks Golden, offensive defensive line, Michael DeLeon, offensive defensive line, Zeke Williams, tight end defensive line. A lot of experience coming back on the defensive line. That could bode well for this West End Patriot team. Zeke Williams also will be playing some tight end. They had Judd Bunch. That's like an old Michigan running back, Brandon Kell. I know you remember the old Bunch. Played at Michigan, running back, inside linebacker. That means he's a dude. Then we got a couple defensive back players. Brandon Mitchell, wide receiver DB. Bryson Howard, running back and DB. Tyler Holland, running back and outside linebacker. So they have some really good returning starters with experience. Experience matters in high school football, for sure. And so I asked him a question about, hey, give me some of your top newcomers. And we have a few. Brody Mass, quarterback, DB. If you want to have a successful high school football program, pretty much at any level, it really needs to start with your quarterback. And they have a guy that Coach Harris is very high on in Mr. Mass there. Braxton Walker is a wide receiver DB. Noah Chambers, a wide receiver linebacker, and a Brantley Dunn, running back DB. So top newcomers. They have a good bit of returning starters. So I'm just curious what Coach's thoughts were. And Coach Harris is saying, hey, we have lots of experienced players returning. We're in the middle of a really good offseason, our workout program, looking forward to getting them on the field to see who's really going to step up in key position. Really, who's going to take ownership of this team? You lose dudes. You lose people that you knew were the captains of those football teams. Those kids are graduating. I'm talking about Hamby, Patterson, and Walker, just three of those guys. But they have some guys that has to step up in key positions to take ownership, and we're going to see what that does. The summer is going to be unbelievably important to see what their toughness. He's trying to build a mental toughness in that program that when it comes wins and losses in close games, you got to have that kind of toughness. And that's what he's hoping to put these guys through in the summer workout programs. Obviously, they'll probably do some 7-on-7, those type of things, and very excited. And it starts in the weight room. It goes to the film room, and I'm very excited to see what West End can do. And we're going to be doing, again, we're going to break down all 10 Etowah County high schools. We're going to be diving in throughout. You guys, please send me your clips. Send me your highlights. Send me players you want to be highlighted from these teams. And we're really going to get into it and break it down right here on the Jerry Wyatt Show. Again, thank you to the sponsors of this particular show. And I'm talking about none other than Sam Boswell Honda. And that's in Gadsden, by the way. Tree Man Tree Service, my guy, Jared Bogle, 256-393-0127. He could probably coach too, man. It's in his DNA. Hey, please like, comment, subscribe, share. Go check out my friends on the Sports Nuts on all the platforms. They go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They're a hoot, man. It's just a fun bunch of guys who are nuts about sports. Appreciate those guys. Please check out Kapow, Jeff Underwood, and myself. Tomorrow, 9 a.m., we're going to have the Sheriff Jonathan Horton Show. Thank you to those sponsors, and we'll check it out. Get out and support the local teams that still get out to the track meets, get out to the soccer, whatever is going on. Go support these high school athletes. They need it. And how about this again? Can we just be nice to one another? Let's just try being nice. So for the Jerry White Show, we'll probably catch you again tomorrow. Maybe I'll do something over the weekend too, but just be nice and kind and have a great, great week. We're going to start May tomorrow. We'll see you.